So we often hear how a narcissistic person might react once they've been discarded or they've lost control over someone. Rarely do we hear how a victim might respond to a narcissistic person discarding them. Rarely do we discuss how victims could potentially respond when they've suffered a huge blow, when their life was certain to one aspect, very uncertain living with a narcissist, but there was that certainty that the narcissist was there. There was some form of order, there was some form of routine, and then all of a sudden the narcissistic person discards you and you're thrown into a world of absolute chaos. Everything you once thought to be true is no longer true. There is so many things that we can end up overanalyzing and questioning and doubting, and it can send us in a spiral of negative reactions, or it can send us in a spiral of positive, working through things to get to a better aspect of our life. Not everybody is going to do these things. We are individuals. However, if you have done any of these things, it is a normal reaction when discarded by a narcissistic person. So one thing a victim might do is turn to having a drink. You're trying to numb the pain. When you've been discarded and it's not your choice, it causes suffering. So to try and end that suffering, you might turn to drinking. However, the short-term relief of having that drink, as nice as it is, leads to further suffering in the long term, because you wake up feeling worse. You wake up reaching for that drink again. It is a pattern we need to try not to start in the first place, and if we do start, we need to try and quit, or at least cut back to a healthy amount. Going out a lot. People can often end up going out a lot because they don't want to be, especially if they're left in the home, they don't want to be in the same four walls as all the memories of the day before, the week before, when that person was around and has now disappeared, and the home might seem empty. So they might start going out more. This is good when you're going out and meeting new people. It's when it becomes the extreme and you start neglecting other areas of your life that you need to rein yourself in a little bit and find a balance. Create a routine. We do all need a routine in life. We do all need that sort of certainty within our life, and it's when everything's in absolute chaos, it's all right to go off the rails a bit and sort of realign ourselves. However, we still need to find a regular time to get out of bed in the morning, and a regular time to eat breakfast in the morning, and just do those day-to-day simple steps while creating a new routine, while going out to new places. And when going out to new places, trying new things, learning new things about yourself. Staying in. Often you can be that full of anxiety that you can end up just staying in, not knowing who to trust, not knowing where to go. And if you're getting your home in order, then you have given yourself meaning and you are being active. However, if you're staying in and drinking and laying in bed, it's not going to work very well for you in the long term. You're allowed to take time to process everything. However, at some point you have got to get yourself back out of that door, even if it's just stepping over the doorstep for a minute and coming back in, and then setting yourself a challenge each day, a target to meet, from walking to the end of the drive, walking around the block, just getting yourself out more and getting to enjoy nature, and then trying to look for things that you enjoy doing and start doing them. Wanting to inform the news supply, Wanting to inform the new supply is a tricky one. It often helps us feel like we're saving the new supply from the pain we've been through, like we're doing the right thing. And by doing the right thing, we also get to get the narcissist to be discarded by the new supply. So it's a win-win. You kind of rescue somebody while hurting the narcissist. And this doesn't work out that way, because a narcissistic person has already smeared your name to the new supply. They've already said that you're going to try and split them up, that you're bitter and that you're jealous and that you're an alcoholic, and they're already telling the new supply that you're obsessed and that you won't leave the narcissist alone and that you might get in touch. So it's not going to work out. It's going to play straight into the narcissist's hands. And a narcissist will often take it that you are obsessed and you are trying to split them up. When it comes to trying to rescue the new supply, you can't tell anybody what they don't want to hear, especially if they're hearing what they want to hear from somebody else. All you can do is rescue yourself by staying out of the situation, by getting on with your life, by finding the things that matter to you, the things that you enjoy doing for you. By doing this, what the narcissist is feeding the new supply isn't matching how you're behaving, which will trigger those instincts within the new supply, and the new supply might figure out what's happening a lot sooner and get out a lot sooner. You're not responsible for what happens to the new supply, as hard as it is. That is on them. Just like when you entered the relationship, unfortunately, it was on you, even though the narcissist was lying and deceiving you. Checking the social media. Checking the narcissist social media, seeing what they're up to. Checking the new supply's social media. Checking the narcissist family members' social media, seeing what they're up to. We can have a whole world of questions when a narcissist discards us, and those questions cause a lot of intrigue, and that intrigue causes a lot of curiosity. And when we are curious, we start looking for things. However, we don't find the answers that we are looking for. We often end up finding more painful truths, more suffering. It's very tempting to look. However, it genuinely works best when you don't. When you are tempted to find something else to do. Every time you are tempted, either find something that you have to do, that you don't enjoy doing, so that it puts you off wanting to look, or find something that you enjoy doing. So either way, it's breaking that pattern. It's either going to cause you suffering by doing something else. So you're not going to want to look because you don't want to put yourself in doing something you're not that keen on but needs doing. Or you're going to do something that's productive, that's helpful. So you're not going to look, you're going to find something that's going to help you. Because by looking, you don't get the answers. You don't get the closure. You get more questions, you get more uncertainty, you get more suffering, and you get more pain. Messaging them. Now you can simply be messaging them because a narcissist will be smearing your name. So you can be messaging them, asking them to stop. You might be messaging because they've kept your belongings. You might be messaging because they've just upped and disappeared on you and you want answers. So you can be messaging them. This is just keeping them in your life. This is just keeping them in your presence. And as hard as it is, you have a choice to make, and it is your choice to fill the void with something that is going to be helpful towards your future, or continue filling that void by chasing after somebody who's going to continue to hurt you, who's not going to give you your stuff back, who's not going to answer the questions. Reacting. When narcissistic people aren't getting what they want, they are very good at provoking people, baiting people into gaining that reaction, usually so that they can smear your name and tell the new supply just how horrific you are as a person. And the more we react to them in a moment, because a narcissist has caused that anger and that resentment and that frustration within us, we can receive something from them, we can receive a message from them, and we can reply with a huge essay and get it all out of our system, makes us feel better, send it across. And then afterwards they twist it and use it against us and make us feel worse. Sometimes it's best to sit down and write everything out, get it out of your system, and then either look at the message. If it's something you don't need to respond to, don't respond. If it's something to do with children, just simple one-word answers. Okay, yes, no. Don't get drawn into a non-productive argument for them. You are literally wasting your breath. They are looking to get reactions from you so that they can blame everything on you. Explaining. Either explaining to the narcissist why they shouldn't leave, or explaining to other people why the narcissist has left. Explaining yourself. You do not have to explain yourself to other people. You only have to explain yourself to yourself. If you're explaining yourself to a narcissist, they're going to twist and turn it any way they can to use your explanation against you. Apologising to the narcissist. A narcissist has usually devalued you to such an extent where you no longer think you're worth anything. So you might find yourself apologising to them because they've left you and that choice was taken away from you. So you might find yourself apologising to them. Due to the trauma bond, you are literally weaning yourself off a highly addictive drug. So you might find yourself promising to change for them, to try and earn their love back. And you shouldn't have to earn their love back. If they loved you, they wouldn't have hurt you in the ways that they deny hurting you. Speaking out. You might start speaking out about what's happened. This is different to a smear campaign. A smear campaign is intentionally discrediting somebody else's character based on lies and half-truths. When it comes to you speaking out, you're usually trying to gather your thoughts and get reality together and work out everything you've been through. You might end up needing to get restraining orders to stop the narcissist from stalking you, from chasing you, from lying about you. Often while in the relationship, you're speaking positively of them to those around you. So then when you are out of the relationship and you start speaking negatively, people can then start questioning you due to the narcissist smear campaign against you. Speak your truth. Say what you need to say. Get it out there. Don't worry about what other people's opinions are of you. There's going to be some form of suffering either way, so you might as well speak what you want to speak. If you don't want to, don't. You might start educating yourself on narcissist personality disorder, narcissistic behaviour. And education is one key to recovery from a narcissistic relationship, as educating ourselves gives us the understanding, it gives us the meaning of what we've been through. However, there are those who continue through life just checking in now and again, checking out updated information, just clarifying things. And there's those who get to a point where it's triggering them, but it's a trigger they need to work on, not just ignore. And there's those where learning about it triggers them in a way that they know it now, they understand it, they get it, and they need to just leave it be and move on to something else. They have the knowledge, they have the wisdom, they have the hindsight of the past to use in the present, and it's time to stop learning about narcissism and start learning about something else. And then there's working on self, working on improving themselves, reading books, going back into education, getting a new job, creating a new lifestyle. And that's what it's about. It's about shifting from the lifestyle that you once knew and the order that you once had in your life into a world of absolute chaos, and finding the right coping mechanisms to help you through that chaos until you create a new order in your life, new routines, new dreams, new habits, things that bring meaning to you. There are lots of different ways people react to being discarded. People can respond in negative ways and people can respond in positive ways. They're all human. They're all coming from human emotions, and most people have done at least one or two in this video. There are plenty more. Any more that you know of, or you might have behaved when you were discarded, please add those into the comments for those reading through to help them know that they're not alone in this behaviour. We have to recognise the things that we don't like within ourselves, the things that aren't helping us, and we have to break those habits one by one. Go for something small to break first, to recognise you are capable before you go for the big. We all know we do things that we're not proud of, or things that we know are hindering us, and it's finding something else to help us break that pattern. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.